guys, this is Dorothy from Bead World in Scottsdale, Arizona. I want to go through a tutorial with you guys today on how to make this cute little summer Tree of Life charm bracelet. We used a summery beachy theme in making this one. We have many charms on beadworld.com that you guys can look at and choose from. And if it's your first time ordering from beadworld.com, use the customer code NEWONLINE and it will give you 30% off your first online order. Also, while you're there, if you're a new customer, sign up for our 40% off one item once a week coupon. And we always do pick your most expensive, but pay attention to those emails because something is on sale every week. Let me go over with you a list of supplies that we're going to be using today. The first thing we have is some waxed linen. And you need 4 cuts that are 40 inches long. And the color that we're using for today's sample is butterscotch. Then we have 3 different seed beads that I have listed here. We've got the turquoise, the crystal bronze lined, and the bridal bliss. I love the bridal bliss because it has several different shades of white in it and it will add some different dimension to your look. And then I picked out 5 really cute summer charms. We also have a Tree of Life button and some tools you're going to need. We're going to be adding the charm, so you're going to need either 2 flat nose pliers or flat nose pliers and a needle nose pliers you can use to put the jump ring on and off of the charm. So first, before we get started, I'm going to show you how easy it is to order these seed beads and these materials from beadworld.com. So first, let's say we want to order 815, and that's the number that we have here for the seed beads. All you have to do is type in 815 and hit the search button and select the size you want. We have them in size 6, size 8, or size 11. And all of these are a size 8, so you want to select the size 8. So let's get started. We're going to take our 4 40-inch strips of the wax linen, and we're going to kind of smush them together. I love working with wax linen because the wax just lets you really get a good smush on the string if you need it. And we're going to stick all 4 of those strands through the shank of our button. And then we're going to pull it down halfway. And then what we're going to do is just tie a normal overhand knot. You just turn the knot around, push your 8 cords through, because now we've got 8 cords we're working with. And then you're just going to take your fingers and you're going to scooch that knot up. You want to lay your button flat, and you want the knot to be below the button, because if you do your button up like this and you put the knot up here, it's going to cause your button to stick out, and you don't want that to happen. So we're just going to scoot it up right there and make sure he's good and tight. And if you want to, one of the things I have done is take some needle nose pliers and just take the strands and give them a little tug to make sure that they're all tight in there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pour out some of our seed beads. If you guys do not have a beading mat, I highly recommend you get one. This is amazing. They're 99 cents online and they're absolutely amazing. And if you live close to the Scottsdale or Phoenix store, we also carry these in the store. But we're just going to pour some, see how the seed beads just stay and they don't go rolling around. I absolutely love these mats. So let's pour out just a little scoop of seed beads of each color. Then we're going to take 1 string that we have on our button, just 1 strand. And again, love wax linen because you can take the end and you can kind of smoosh it together. And then the nice thing about this is you do the design you would like. What I did on this one is I just took random of these 3 colors and just tied the knot sporadically throughout the 8 strands. So let's say to get started with, we're going to do, let's say 1 of the gold and 1 of the white, or this one actually is clear, and 1 of the green. So you just bring them down by your button. You're going to form a loop, bring it back up through. So your loop is going to look like this. And then the next thing you're going to do is you want to bring that loop down closer to your button. So you want to make sure you have these pretty seed beads down by your button so they're all over your bracelet. And then all you need to do is just, again, wax linen is perfect. Just tighten that up. And then what we're going to do is repeat that using a variety of these 3 colors until we get to the desired length that we need. So maybe next time I'm just going to do 3 of the gold. So you just scoop them up, bring them down, form a loop, push your cord through the loop, make sure all the little guys stay up there on the top of the loop. Some of them like to run away. And again, you've got a loop that looks like this. And the nice thing again about making your own piece of jewelry, you can space these loops as close together as you would like them, or you can space them as far apart as you would like them. I've got a variety on mine. I've done some closer together and some further apart. And then you just get them as close or as far apart from that other one that you want, and you just tighten them up. Okay, then we get to repeat this until we get to the desired length that we want our bracelet. The nice thing again about this is I can get a shiny white one, a matte one, and then another shiny white one on the other side of the matte one. And that's really pretty. And if you guys can see that on the video, but it is really pretty. And then again, we're going to do a loop, put our cord through. Now, if your cord gets a little frayed on the end, which I've done a lot of these, and I've never had wax linen do that, but sometimes it could. All you have to do, like this one's just a little frayed because I didn't do a good job snipping, but you just need to snip that, and that will come off and also help you and make it easier loading. So now let's play with some gold and some green. And again, nice thing about this, you can do whatever color combination you want. You can even do the same 3 colors on each knot and just do them different. Like maybe your first one you do turquoise, white, and gold, and your next one you do gold, turquoise, and white. And that also will give it a different look. Don't worry about doing too many in one spot or worry about too much color in one spot. By the time you get all 8 done, you will have a good variety of color throughout your bracelet. And then we are going to just keep doing this again until we get the desired length of the bracelet. Isn't that pretty? I love these 3 colors together. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you some design ideas at the end of the video. You can, the nice thing again, I love making my own jewelry because I can make it whatever colors I want. I can use whatever charms I want. I can use as many charms as I want. If I know someone loves red and black, you can do red and black seed beads. And I'm going to have some samples of some different color tree of lives with some different types of charms on them. Some of them have slides, charms that have a hole through the middle and you can just slide them on. Some of them have glass charms. Some of them even use crystals. So you can get very creative. If you also want to, let's say, make this into a necklace, all you have to do is just cut your cord longer. So 40 inches is when you double it. 20 inches is good for this, for the bracelet, because it gives you enough to, plenty and generous to do this knot. Also, we're going to be doing some knots at the end, and it gives you plenty of cord to do that as well. So this is probably going to make a nice 6.5, 7-inch bracelet. So if you wanted to make a necklace, I'm thinking maybe 18 inches, you could just do longer cord and it would work out perfect. And again, if it seems like it's getting hard to push it in the bead, just squish the end a little. This wax linen will just form right into and make a nice small end. Okay, we're over halfway there. So let's do a few more. And if you start to close it before you get down there, just loosen him up like I'm doing and just push him down a little further. And again, maybe I got him a little too far apart, so you can open him up either with the tool or you can open him up with your fingernails, and you can just loosen up the loop, and you can still then push him down to where he's a little closer. There we go. That looks good. Okay, let's do some more green. Now I know my wrist size, and I know for me this is not enough, but the way to measure is to put the button underneath here and kind of hold on to him, and this should come, oh, it looks like I need maybe 2 more because you want it a little loose, and then you're going to tie your knot down here. So I'm going to put 2 more on. But when you get, say, to this length, you might want to just keep checking it and measuring your wrist to make sure that you're getting it the right size. I also find if you want to make and give these as gifts, 6.5 inch is about the common size for a female. Some do have larger wrists, some have smaller. We're gonna do 1 more. Let's pick that really pretty mat. And let's stick a green one in between him. And then another really pretty mat on the other end. Okay, there we go. I will tell you, the hardest part for me is picking out what colors I want to do next. Such a quick and easy bracelet to make. Okay, so I'm going to measure one more time just to make sure. So I put him under. I'm going to bring him around, and your button's gone, so that is perfect. Okay. So when you finish and you know you've got the right measurement on your first one, then just pick up another string, and we are going to start on the second one. Okay, I put those out of the way. I keep him over here just to give me an idea of kind of what I've done so far. And it also shows me kind of where I started and where I'm going to be ending. And it doesn't have to be exact. You can do it where they're in the middle here. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this. So on this one, let's start with all white or all clear. With that butterscotch color waxed linen through the clear, it gives it a little bit of a gold touch, which is really pretty. Again, with your loop, tie your knot, and then just keep going until you come to the end down here. So now would be a good time to pause the video, and what you would do is just for all 8 of these cords, you're going to do the exact same thing that we did on this one. And then when you unpause the video, I'm going to show you guys how to close it. Welcome back. So now what you're going to have is something that looks like this. I've got all those beads strung on all 8 cords. Hopefully you guys have the same setup as I do here. What we're going to do now is we're going to tie a knot. So let me open this up and show you what step we are at. And there are directions online at beadworld.com. So if you want to look at the written directions and then follow along with the video, you can do that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to tie this knot. So all I'm going to do is make sure my cords are down even and my button is good up here. I'm going to do another overhand loop, and then I'm just going to bring those 8 cords through that loop. If you need some help, grab your needle nose pliers, reach in under there and scoop up those 8 cords. There we go. And what you want to do is get him down close enough, about like that, where you've got some little room between your beads and your cord, but you want him close enough to where your bracelet's not too big. And again, take your needle nose pliers, pull your cords, make sure that knot is tight because you don't want it to come loose. Okay, so we got a nice tight knot. Now we need to figure out where the third knot goes. And the third knot is this one, but we have to figure out, because all buttons are, you know, you could have a different size button than what I used here or what I use here. So we need to come around with the button and kind of measure, like I've got the button there at that knot, and we want another knot on this side of the button. So you've got the button here at this knot, and now you want a knot over here. So what we need to do now is kind of figure out, where does the second knot go? So I'm going to pinch my fingers right here where I think we should put that knot. You want to make sure your cords are straight without losing where you want to put that knot. And again, you want to make a loop. Bring your 8 cords through, and always use my needle nose pliers to reach in there and grab them. And then I bring them out. And then, just to be on the safe side, we're going to take the button, and now at this point we're going to divide our cords as such, and we're going to, before we tighten up that cord, we're going to bring the button through. Button's right here. He looks like he's going through really easy, so I think we picked a good spot. You don't want to have your button too tight, because you want to be able to easily get the button on and off. So I think we picked a good spot. And again, we're just going to pull our cords and tighten them up. Okay. Button goes through very nicely. So let's finish this off. Let's grab some scissors. And what we want to do before we cut anything is, you can, on the end of this, you can load as many or little beads as you would like. I just at random loaded 1 on each one, but you can do 2 or 3. So for this one, let's have some fun. Let's do 3. So I'm going to do 1 of each color on the end. And you want to bring them up. Now this is going to be your kind of your tassel at the end. You want to tie another loop. You're not tying the beads in the loop as we did for the bracelet. We're tying the loop at the end of the beads. So you want to bring him up however long you want your tassel at the end of your bracelet to be. He's not coming off, but you know what? I'm going to tie 1 more loop just to be safe, because you do not want these to come off. This adds a cute little decorative piece. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to continue to do that on all 8 strands. You do not have to tie these at the same spot either. You can have one short, you can have one long, you can have them at the same spot. It is really up to you. And let's just do the other 6 cords. Again, don't forget, you can use that if you order first time from beadworld.com. Use the customer code NEWONLINE. Get 30% off your first online order. Sign up for that 40% coupon. Watch those emails. See what's on sale. If you're ever in the Scottsdale area, we have so often customers will come in the store and they're like, we order from you online all the time. It is so nice to be here and actually see the store. And you're in the Scottsdale area, please feel free to stop by, come in, say hello, see what the store looks like. We've got one in Scottsdale and we have one in Phoenix. So either store, come by, say hello, let us meet you. We love meeting our customers. Last one, we're gonna go back to do one of all 3. And there you go. All you need to do now is go a little below your knot and just snip off all of those cords. And again, you can squeeze your wax linen in at the ends. I love working with wax linen. It is so easy to work with. These are amazing little snippers. They're very sharp and they're great if you're cutting cord, whether it's wax linen, silk, nylon, whatever the cord is. That is a cute little tassel. I love that. Okay, let's now put on our charms. So, if you've never opened a jump ring, let's go over how to do that. Let's move our scissors out of the way. Those scissors are sharp, so we respect the scissors. So, what I do is just kind of divide out. We have 8 cords and we have 5 charms. Now, you can put on 10 charms, you can put on 1 charm, you can put on as many charms as you would like. We have these cute micro pave charms, which I have to admit is my favorite. And it's got the little CZs in them, and they are so cute. So, putting on a jump ring. All you want to do is every jump ring has an opening. These are open jump rings, so everyone has an opening. And you see that little opening there that's right at the top of the pliers. What you want to do is you want to put your pliers on either side, and you want to twist and see how that opens him up. And then let's say, because I love starfish, we're putting him main attraction. To close them, what you're going to do is wiggle him back and just kind of wiggle him and push him in at the same time, and you will feel him scrape against each other, and then you know you have a good closure. And then just look at him and make sure that he's aligned on the top. So there is our starfish. So next, let's put on our butterfly. Again, find where your split is in your jump ring and open him up just by twisting out. Make sure he's headed in the right direction. That's always important if you got him in the right direction. And then we're going to put him on this one over here. To close him up, again, wiggling back and forth, you'll see how nice and tight he is on top, and you'll feel him scrape. I have a tendency on these, but my charms a little, I like my charms to be on the side or the top of my bracelet, not so much underneath. Some people love them to be all the way around. It's a personal preference. And again, you're making it, you're designing it. You can put your charms on this bracelet wherever you would like for them to be. If you would like for them to be all on one cord, you can do that too. Find the split, open them up, and then take yours and close it. Now, you don't have to have flat nose pliers. We do recommend maybe at least 1 flat nose and 1 needle nose. So you can also use a needle nose. We've got 1 more charm. Let's put him up here. The nice thing also about these jump rings, if you wear it and you decide, yeah, I really don't want that charm there, open up your jump ring, move him where you want him, and close him back up. We're gonna put him over here, and we're gonna close him back up. Okay, and now we have a completed, really cute summer Tree of Life bracelet with all these adorable charms on it, which is so, so, so cute. So now let's go over some design ideas. So some really cute design ideas is, this one is a Valentine's one, and you can string pearls on there. You can use size 6 with size 8 seed beads. We have these beautiful check hearts that we have online. You can pick those out and you can string these on there, and you can make, and you can also add some charms on this one as well. And it makes an absolutely, this one is my favorite charm, the Made with Love, but it adds some absolutely beautiful decorative piece that you can give someone or you can wear for Valentine's Day. We also have another one, some ideas. This is also very beachy with all of the different colors and a different color waxed linen with a different button. And then we've got a really pretty Christmas one. This is the one that we put actually some crystals on. These are Chinese crystals. We added with some 6 and some 8s and some red cord with a nice little button that I thought looked like a Christmas tree skirt. And it's a really cute Christmas tree, Tree of Life. Then we have a Halloween one. This one again, you've got the little skulls, and you've got some size 6 and size 8 seed beads, And you can pick any color you want, any size that you want. I would not go below an 8, so let me retract that. You can pick any color you would like. I would do a 6 or an 8. Size 11 is too small. You can do beads on here, you can do skulls on here, you can do hearts on here. You can put anything on these that you would like on the wax linen. And then they're really cute also on the dangles too. Some design ideas to kind of open up the thinking process on all the different things that you can do. And again, don't forget, you can also make this as a necklace. Just use longer cord than we did for the bracelet. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And just remember, all of us at Bead World want to make your next beading project a success. Have a great day. Bye.